5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team. Dire team ban.
I should have seen that one coming.
Dire team pick. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Dire team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. 10 seconds remaining. Team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team picked.
Man stands ready.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Beastmaster.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Disruptor.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Go ahead. Select your heroes.
My apologies. You got rocks in your head.
Yeah.
Reap your harvest and protect your soul. Reap your harvest and protect your soul.
It is. They definitely have a lot of damage on lift to win side. You talked about the sustain and tankiness that they have in the late game, but I think the biggest effort and the biggest impact might be Extremum with the laning phase, how they end this up, especially when it comes to like the Beastmaster. How good of a lane can Malik have? Because we've been looking at Malik playing like Timber Saw. He comes out really good in the laning stage, but then he falls to those early kills when people rotate on him without the necessary information from his team. So it's a sum of many things where you have like your offensive / defensive warding for your offlaner. How can you kill the Spectre? Can you kill the Spectre? Because in some cases when you look at Beastmaster Spectre lanes, you're like, Spectre's not going to have a fun lane. But there's a lot of things that you can impact to make his lane feel a little bit better.
So I think potentially one of the saving graces for I think Live to Win in the early game is the only Silver Edge buyer on Extremum will be this Tiny, and of course it's very good for him because he likes buying the accuracy but naturally. But it's going to be this, they like Extremum have to play like this perfect vision-based game where they're finding the jump, getting onto them. Because if they ever have this failed initiation, or if they ever overcommit an objective, suddenly you have this, you know, Tombstone appearing, Zeus spells, Spectre Horn, and it's like this overwhelming defense of an objective. But Extreme, they do have the lineup to, if they make the jump first, they're so damn good.
Well, let's get this laning stage rolling through. Bounties 2 for 2. We have our mid matchup with the Tiny versus the Zeus. In our top lane, we have the CK Lina versus the Sven and the the Sven and the Disruptor, and then of course Snap Beast versus the Undying Spectre.
A really good thing to think about when you're playing up against an aggressive offlane is having a position 5 that has a good enough attack range to be able to harass. So Disruptor has 625 attack range, so the Lina was 670. So it does allow Extremum to have this aggressive capability in the lane, because Sven will just throw his stun, and then Disruptor will throw Thunderstrike, but also he can then layer in those right clicks as well. Most, you know, of the kind of the stronger position 5 nowadays, they unfortunately they have good skill set, but their attack range is a little bit less, so they would be punished in some of these kind of offlane duos that they have to play in that offlane. So it is nice to see Extremum pick a support that has that ability to have laning presence and also, you know, that good kind of mid-game pressure. Because people kind of undervalue that as well a lot in the game. Like, they don't really think about like attack range and kind of like fundamentals of a hero, so like the base stats, the move speed, because sometimes the best answer to deal with certain heroes, like when you play up against Clockwork, you kind of deal with him itemization wise on a position 5, where you can go 2 sets of tangos, get bounty runes, buy boots, and then you never really get punished by him with the battery assault because you have this like early boots advantage and you have the regen to play the lane. And then it's the same thing as well. You think about hero picks, you can think about the attack range to also deal with some of these matchups. So it's a good little thing from Extremum, if that was one of the reasons when they factored in. Or maybe they didn't factor it in, and they just like, Disruptor's cool.
Yeah, I mean, they can be happy with it. Plus, for not only being great at a trader in a lane, the real threat, I think, is if there are going to be BKB carriers for Live to Win, that Glimpse is such an easy spell to use to pop a BKB charge for later. So that really gives Disruptor that nice little spice when you want to chase opponents. So you usually always want to be on the like attacking end, but you don't want to end up on like we have to retreat. Like if we commit, we should commit in a way that we don't have to have like stragglers running away, and they have the potential heroes to still come at us.
The only concern that I have with that in this game is Live to Win. When they jump you, you're gonna be dead. You know, imagine they're getting somewhat gone on to the Stormhammer. Covered by
very close one though.
So, like I was saying, when Live to Win want to take a big team fight, their way of approaching it will be they going to press home, and they're going to look for that support duo straight away. They're going to have this explosive damage of Zeus plus Spectre. If you're a Disruptor, you're going to need like Ghost Scepter, Glimmer. You're going to need so many defensive items to be able to survive just the initiation of Live to Win. So if you watch a game for the support duo, they have to have good laning phase and set the tempo of the game. Otherwise, if they fall back on net worth, like we've seen in other games with the support duos kind of sacrificing their game, then they are just going to be food, and it doesn't matter if you have this great skill set, you will just die at the start of a fight.
Yeah.
And Valor in the bot lane.
Absolutely loving his time here with harassing Velior.
It's a strength here of Undying. And also, look, Seneko starts with the win lace. It's a lane that he can't pressure the Beastmaster if he had an Uv, so he went for that extra little bit of move speed so he can contest the pools, he can be in their faces.
Yeah.
And FN dying in the mid lane.
First blood from Elul. Straight up honest 1v1. Tiny overcomes the Zeus. That's a level 4 Tiny burst.
The good old surprise of a avalanche toss. And normally Zeus, look at their skill build, they always go for this Arc Lightning and the passive play, so the fact he was even in a position to get combo down, fortunate misplay from FN. FN is a, he's a top lad. He really floats around the standing department of the CIS region. His time of Prodigy, was very strong. That team looked goddamn scary, and I feel like if the DPC had kicked in a little bit earlier and we didn't have all these COVID issues, probably would have stuck together and been such a strong competitor. They were so damn scary, but unfortunately, due to the only one organization per event, it did kind of put Prodigy in that kind of, bench position.
You want to hear a fun fact about FN?
Go for it.
We were casting the what was it, Red Bull Gaming World Dota tournament back in April this year. That was like at the start of like COVID, one of the first online tournaments, and we were supposed to go to like Switzerland, but obviously the situation in Europe is pretty bad, so we played it fully online in one day. So it was a full one-day tournament instead of being 2 days originally planned. We had FN was still playing for VP Prodigy back in the day, and it was kind of funny because when they started off with their first match of the day, he was playing, I think he was playing Bristleback or Viper, either Bristleback or Viper, and he died like 7 times or something in like the first 12 minutes or 13 minutes. He thought they were playing a scrim when they were playing an official game, because so early on in the day that he literally called him Spectre. Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at him here.
All right,
he actually, so he thought it was a scrim, and at the end of the tournament when we were Bollock. No? Yeah?
There we go.
Alright, there we go. Velior should... I mean, there's still a zombie chasing, and there's some decays.
Yeah, should be fairly fine.
Yeah. Should be alright.
Did they win the tournament in the end?
Yes, they did, because I interviewed Save, and I talked with him, and he literally said that, we were thinking about the mind games behind the Bristleback is... Yeah, they still got him in the end. So there was like the mind games behind putting the Bristleback feeding into mid, and like having the enemy think that there's some easy kill in here. We got a Sven kill in top meanwhile at the same time. The mind games behind it, man, I'm just stuck with telling the story. So
get it out, Panda, get it out.
Yeah, I'm bad with stories.
TLDR, alright. So let me guess, it was a scrim. They were theory crafting. If they had this mid lane die a lot, it became an easy target on the map, and then they baited around it. Yes? No?
Yeah. Yes. That was
great
exactly
story.
Right.
That was actually a really good story, Panda.
Thank you.
If we had it in about 10 words.
Yes,
anyway,
thank you.
3 kills for Live to Win.
Too early one for storytelling.
I know, right? I'm terrible at storytelling as well, don't worry.
Oh, you're way better than I am right now. You're nailing it.
I was having echoes of my own life flash before me listening to you tell that story. But even though FN died in that mid lane, he has 43 CS. He is living the dream. He didn't win the runes though, but Tiny.
Oh, you want some? Oh, the combo. Almost enough. One right click, 20 HP. Doesn't get anything. Gets a Zeus ulti for even a little bit of extra info. But there's also a fight happening in bottom, and Malik goes down to ILTW. Oh, and Snap maybe even. He's also okay. Snap's not dying. He's 130 HP though.
I thought I'd spice things up, you know, so that FN was living the dream as Tiny was running at him, you know, the irony of the state.
Yeah, that's a Monk Guy's moment. Look, after a curse, oh no. Nefrit getting hit. So is Immersion taking Rary down to 120 HP. One last tick from the Thunderstrike. Not going to be quite enough. Has a Fairy Fire. And just... But it is a 4-2 score, at least in terms of kills. A lot of CS going for Live to Win compared to EXTREMUM right now. Beastmaster not having the best lane out of all the cores in the game right now. Also 2 deaths.
Top lane G and Nifrit tried pulling the camp together, but neither of them took aggro to be able to actually pull the creeps. They're both doing that, so sad.
Oh, but they're going on Sven because they see that there's no disruptor around, so they're going to try and go for this kill. But Nefrit does have himself enough HP. And FN is here. FN just needs one good nuke, but it's going to come and split the stack. Like, you made all this money.
Oh, and he gets the jelly.
Oh, the jelly. A PMS and a jelly. Any other goodies? G wants to steal some CS, but at least he gets to get some XP for himself.
Oh, that's so
That's a lot
actually.
of dosh.
Really good move from FN.
Belior spots a DD rune. And there's no Radiant Vision for this bottom half. Unless they see Mellow, you will now just randomly walk towards bottom. Because they do have this Ops Ward and the tower on the top side. And since the action rune hasn't spawned on top, they should know the rotation is coming into bottom.
Yeah, for sure. And I will say, because of Zeus's plays where he got killed once, he got dove, had to run to base, and he's moved top, his mid tower is extremely low. So potentially, if Zeus makes one more rotation away, he could easily lose his tower. But this tiny rotation...
Right on top of ILTW, but he really wants to go on Suneko. And there you go. Toss him to the air. That's the Undying down. And only now Mellow, he pops his DD rune. He didn't actually pop it at the start. He popped that combo. And then FN comes in with the ulti, picks up Valior. LTW wants to throw a dagger onto Malik, but Malik will live. Another throw in on the Spectre. Meliul is dead. Thanks to FN and Immersion just constantly harassing the Tiny. Tiny really wants to go for that all-in play on the Spectre. It doesn't pay off.
Yeah, I really wish that the Tiny hadn't rotated bottom. It's such a difficult lane to rotate into because Live to Win haven't used any TPs on the map yet, so it's always going to be that active rotation. Like, this mid tower is so damn low. You saw the Zeus farm top. You know he's going to have to reset because he used all his mana to at least farm that top camp. So the fact that Tiny decided to go for a gank rather than just simply securing a free tier 1, it does force your team into this over-aggression. And look at this Sven right now. He's only level 6. He needs to have space on the map. And you create space through the taking his towers. Lena then dying.
The CK.
Yeah, that was the blink reveal. Of course, they had to enable that play, but now Tiny's just running around looking for kills.
Sonic is roared up. Another blink comes in. Meljoul on a run.
And these are much better rotations from the Tiny, but now it's a little bit sad because he's like, I want to take the tower, but I can't.
I like the idea of just sparing that one bounty rune here in this top side for the Zeus to pick up, even though the CK does bring a creep wave right next to it, showing that, oh, there's still a bounty here, but Mellow is on the other side of the map, though. Hunting for any jungle kill. He's even clearing the trees here with a Quelling Blade, so they'll definitely know somebody's been here. But they're going on the Spectre. They're ready for it. Valior's got his Mortimer's Kisses. He needs like 1 or 2 connections, but does Mellow want to go? I mean, they could honestly just blink go with the combo and Mortimer's Kisses on top, but true. But can he get it off during the avalanche toss? That's the big question. He's still squishy enough that there might be enough. Mellow goes in. There's the combo, and here's the Mortimer Kisses, but they're a tiny bit too late, but still gonna be enough for it. He's not gonna haunt. He's not gonna use it. And 4 heroes here in bottom when the FN TP is in. Soneko's also here Tombstone is in a good defensive position, but Failure, he tosses the creep instead of Soneko. Disruptor ulti as well. Here's the Zeus ulti coming in, and FN doing a lot of damage. The roar from Malik. They want to make sure he stays away, but FN is just going to clean house. He needs more mana. Right on Velior. Double kill. Can he find more kills? No, the rest of them TP away. That could have been an easy ultra for him, but Effort is clearing a stack, and here comes the CK. Here comes Lina. They've got themselves the Hogs, and the big pickoff on top of everything. Live to win. They still come out stronger than EXTREMUM on this trade.
I just really love
Yeah, I guess the Tombstone down. Getting vision for the rest of them. Comes CK. Glimpse.
ultra dodge.
Oh, there we go. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. I mean, the CK Phantasm, the cast point, is just enough for a bit of extra nimbleness. If it was just a Manta illusions, the phasing out, it happens much faster than Phantasm does, allowing you to do that, but it still looks nice.
It's just like, okay, pause away from the CK for
Yes.
Look how when EXTREMUM do make these aggressive plays, they are just jump. This is what I mean by this emptiness of their initiation. They're jumping these support, they're not playing near towers. And FN, he's like level 12, nearly 13 at minute 14. He's just kind of freely moving around these fights, getting all these kills. EXTREMUM, they need to try and force the fight at a tower, pressure in, but the issue for them is they are really scared of the Tombstone, that Zeus ult, and the Spectre Horn. Like, I think they've put themselves in a really difficult position. And look, they're killing Soneko again, bot. Like, I bet.
Most likely is. We're gonna find it on the way. Okay. Does the toss even come through if you get mid-air? I don't even know. Alright. It looked for a moment there that he couldn't take any toss damage.
They finally just took bottom tower.
They are instantly moving into the jungle. Zeus, FN, Meliul catches the avalanche, but the toss is going to be a bit too far away. The Marimer's kisses, is it enough to slow him down? Only one proc. He needed, like, if a second MK would have hit, that would have been enough for Tiny to catch in the gap because of the slow debo. But now, Meliul forced to blink away. Spectre hunting them here.
Spectre just running in. But anyways, like I was saying earlier about this itemization by SW, is going for this Radiance because their tower defense, they don't really have that frontliner. So Spectre, he's going to be able to walk to the tower, have that Radiance on him to kind of clear away that initial damage, but also to fight EXTREMUM.
Yeah.
They're going to rely heavily on this physical damage to be their main damage output. So I actually like him going back to like the old school build.
Quick glyph on the tower. Might be a full-on team fight.
Oh, actually, he's going to Defusal first. Ooh. He's identifying that there's a really big window of damage, so he's going to go to take these earlier fights and then bridge the gap of farming the Radiant potentially. I don't mind that as well.
I like the idea, since your team is doing kind of good right now.
Yeah.
The engagements are going well. You've had a good start for the game. Like, you're doing good in the CS department as well. You haven't really you died once, but it doesn't really put you back that much. So being able to fight, being able to fight with your team is pretty huge here. And I guess closing in gaps with a diffusal blade while haunting someone, I think that's the big move here, so they can go for these even stronger targets. Zeus ulti for scouting.
He had an Arcane Rune, so he didn't feel too bad about scouting there. I like the fact that Chaos Knight, he's going for this pipe first. He's realizing that EXTREMUM, all their damage comes from the tiny jump from one of his kisses. Sven doesn't really do much in these earlier engagements. And I think that is why we are seeing Liv itemize for this kind of big 17-18 minute time. if CK bought Pipe and Spectre was going Radiance, there's such a disparity in kind of core strength. So I love the fact that during this game they've kind of gone, well, hold up a second guys, let's play for this 18-17 minute timing and go make plays. And it's why you see Live to Win playing so close to each other. You know, the core three of CK, Uncanny and Lena looking for a potential fight if Extremum want to smoke in, will be able to join with bots, and the Spectre will always be able to join with Pawn. And it's why you're seeing these three guys just hug each other. When they are so goddamn ready. They are so strong right now. And again, we are seeing the CK make the same play we saw 33 do the other day, where you have that hood available for yourself. After you pop it, you'll then disassemble it, and then building up that pipe, allowing for you to have that kind of little double bubble of now they're smoking up as that core three, looking for the fight.
Double bubble, Royal in trouble, right into the hands of Extremum here. They do get the Disruptor ulti on top of the CK, who's unable to get anything out, and that pipe not really going to be a massive advantage for them, but he still survives, lives for a little bit longer, and Effort still chasing him down. But Failure will get the kill with the Mortimer's Kisses. Immersion also goes down, Failure with a double kill now, and FF completely drained out of mana, and here comes Molly from the Faxus taking a heavy damage from the Speedmaster, and Spectre is being held in place. He's got like 100 movement speed. They get the Tombstone out, but the Spectre's the only one to survive, and Extremum, they pull out the stronger cards out of the deck.
I was about to say, Live to Win's strategy is so good up until the point they have to move to an area where they can bring the Zeus in via that box. If they move to an area where the Zeus can't simply connect and they only rely on the bomb, they are just going to naturally have a numbers disadvantage. So Live to Win, they had the right idea to play off that timing, but literally the one position on the map, this tri-camp area, is like the worst area for them to go because they didn't have any vision there as well. They couldn't bring the Zeus in, and they ran up into a Static Storm and a BKB. So I really wish that they'd moved in via the bot lane, maybe warded up this high ground in the bottom corner, and maybe played around this area. So Live to Win, unfortunately, with a slight misplay, not really using their strength, and now Extremum, they're like, damn. We ain't that bad right now, especially when Sven did have that BKB.
Right now, Bill. Gonna be a pick off for the CK, bit of extra gold. Progress towards the Blink Dagger, he will welcome it. We have the Axe as well on the way for the Zeus. So we're gonna see maybe 25, 26 minutes, maybe even more. We'll see how many kills the Zeus can rack up.
Prospector. Like, I want to buy Radiance. It's a really good Radiance game.
Oh,
and then his team
no,
was like, let's go
changed
fight.
it.
Like, team fails to fight. It's like, oh, I can't do it now. I can't itemize greedily. Poor Spectre.
It would have been so good. Like, I mean, he might still, but right now it looks like he's like, I need Yasha, so at least I need this in between. Maybe if we win the next team fight, I get like a lot of money, I might be able to buy like my Radiance on top of the Yasha, but he will most likely just keep on building the Manta all the way. I like the way that he's...
I love how Blade Mail is such a good farming item.
Yes, I was about to say the same, like Blade Mailing an ancient camp, like alright, you do you.
It's like, it is like the modern day practice of Blade Mails. The realization was it's a much cheaper version of Radiance, and the pros are treating it as like farming-esque value of a Radiance, right? So you walk to the camp, you have the passive component of Blade Mail, but also you can activate it as well and just kind of rinse these stats.
4-man smoke and Live to Win. We're already expecting something to happen.
Nice
the treat from Melior coming in with a jump in, and the stun will come out from CK. Tiny sitting at half HP right now, and Melior will go down. LTW will chase onto Velior, and Velior Snapfire will fall as well. Nefrit on the run, but here comes Spectre with a haunt, and they'll get the stun, but the BKB comes out from Nefrit just in time. So Nefrit will live. It gets to get out as well, but this gives 2 kills for LTW. They forced a 10-second BKB off the Sven. I think they're happy with this. They're very happy with it.
Yes,
Problem is they can't really convert into an objective.
So that was Sven's second BKB usage, but
it was a second.
mainly, yeah, that's fine, but it's mainly the fact that that initiation, it could have been completely different if that Tiny was able to make that jump. He just paused for an extra second waiting for his team. Mefben broke the smoke and instantly just blinked away, and in that blink, he then dodged the avalanche, and that's what allowed Liv to win to fight, because like I said earlier, Extremum, if they make the jump, they can be devastating if they blow up the right hero, but if they fail that initiation and they aren't able to do that big enough damage, they're in such a difficult position because they're going to they're going to be in the fight. They can't disconnect once they initiate. And that's when the Haunt, Zeus, and Undying all come to super insane value. So unfortunate for Extremum there, but really good reaction from Zeus.
York daggered up in mid. Chase from Live to Win almost goes through. They will let him pass for now. Mellow observing another. Yeah, this is just can smoke inside a minute now.
Oh, they see ICW TP top.
And they have Nefrit. They have the whole team here. Smart choice to hide in the trees because nobody's showing up anywhere, but they need to make this count very, very soon.
Oh, the Hawk, the Hawk. Look at them. The instant you see him, everyone on the minimap's like, go, 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 go.
Yeah, go. Get him. And there's the glimpse backwards, and here we go. Spectre in for the world of hurt, but he's still living for now. So next with a heal, there's not going to be enough. The tombstone will be focused down as well. Over on the back line, they find the snapfire. Look at the blade that stuns from D or D4. And Sven is running a little. Tries to turn around. Disruptor ulti. It does land on the CK, but it doesn't catch any others. And Nefrit is still dead, tanking a lot of damage here. He gets pulled back and he's surrounded. He's got no teammates around him, and FN will clean the job off with that Zeus ulti, finding Mellow, finding Nefrit, and Lift. Well, they might lose the Spectre, but they make Extremum pay for it.
It's one of those plays where the initial smoke could be insane value if RTW is positioned at the tier 1 and picked off. But the way in which he plays so far in that tree line, and then it takes that time for the Hawk to find him, and then after leaving the area, they have to run back to get him. Like, it's one of those, that additional 10 to 15 seconds that RTW bought from his defensive positioning, it allowed for Little just to be kind of mindful of this play. So again, even though Spectre dies, it does open up 3 more kills for Live to Win. And just generally, the way in which they are playing around the movement system are very well. Because right now, the only big misplay we've seen from them is that smoke into that bottom area of the map. They ran into that BKB reveal. But once you know the BKB's there, it does kind of change the way in which you have to fight, because you respect these choke points a lot more due to the fact that you can't really kill the Sven whilst they have an active BKB. Mind that though, it's already 7 seconds to Sven and 24 minutes.
That BKB starts to wear off very early. Roshan will be picked up by Live to Win. There is a scan coming in from both sides. Even smoke up for the defensive play, but there is no contest from Extremum. Let it pass this time. Snapfire's got 1,300 gold to go for an Aghanims. Hopefully he doesn't die, because I would love to see the gobble up come into play once again. However, Malik spotted. Reality Rift doesn't quite work out, but the Nimbus is going to be enough. 4 seconds stuck. Bless RNG.
Now look.
ILTW again. 8 in top. I mean,
he has the Aegis. He has all.
Thinking about it, Nefrit finds a pick off though. He doesn't even pop his ulti, but he's doing a lot of damage without it. Now, the zombies are being a nuisance, and he's in trouble. Now Sven, he's forced to use a BKB. Where are your friends? You are all alone. He pops his ulti for Sven, for Echo kill, and here comes the rest. Mellow comes in. Nefrit is down, however, and there we go with Extremum. There's only one direction. That is to run away. Disruptor G with a very good ulti keeps them away for now. But Mellow, well, he gets a blink off in the middle of a reality rift. The right click from CK doesn't go through. So G does manage to buy enough time for his teammate to get away. Instantly
that's the thing, though,
worth
the
ulti.
way in which phrasing Extremum's moments, like, it's, they get a pick off, then the tombstone value, the Sven's kind of in on this island by himself. He then has to use another BKB on a 6-7 BKB now. And he's
well, okay, this is still looking good for them, because they are getting some exit kills. ILTW, he pops his blade mail, but he's...
Can they kill him twice?
Okay, that...
No, I don't think they can.
They are fearing that the rest of them are coming in.
And good. I'm happy they are fearing it, because they were coming in.
They were. Well, they get the Spectre Aegis. I think ILTW tried to be a little bit too smart there, to try and bait them in, like, oh, we can kill the Spectre, let's kill him again, and there's still people dead. Because they just killed the CK, and there was nobody to be seen. But I think that's the thing with them, with Extremum. They didn't see in the map. They only have this one ops ward right here, And that's not going to be enough to show you rotation coming in from here and here. And there we go. Soneko. Extremum still keep on finding these pickoffs.
Say pickoffs. Hitting and undying doesn't count. Let's be very clear.
Oh, come on. It's money
he's
for...
already got 4 points in Tombstone, 4 points in Soul Rip. Like, this man, he's ready to play like a 90-minute game at this point.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they're still getting money for like these big important items for positioning wise, like Beastmaster's Blink, and now we have the Aghanims for Snapfire. So in a sense, that pickoff is pretty costly.
The important thing to look at here is simply the way in which Extreme have to fight now because of the lack of pressure in that early game. Look at the towers. It's 2 in top lane, 1 mid, 1 bot before they're going to live to win. Extreme, it's really hard for them to want to move around the map because Zeus can always ult and find them if they're spooked. Spectre just haunts and completely dismantles your aggressive positioning. So Extreme in a lineup that need to go on the aggressive, they physically can't because they've lost their big window. Their Sven, he only has a 6-second BKB now. So if they want to take a fight, they need to allow Liv to win into their side of the map and to try and swarm them before these big spells can come off. And I think the key identifier is if they can lock down this Zeus at the start of the fight, they can just crush them.
CK looking for someone. Nefrit jumping the backline with a BKB. And he does manage to walk out, and Sven's BKB runs out. They get a kill of Velior. The Aurora will connect onto Soneko, and a jump on LTW. Sertan HPG will use his ulti as well to keep the Spectre in place, but they also have to spin in trouble. Extremum lose 3. See if they lose more, because there is Malik in the trees. Immersion. He gives up this case.
Unfortunately, the counter player Extremum do need to jump the Zeus. You kind of get into this kind of mindset in a Dota game where it's like, if we don't kill Zeus, we're going to lose the fight. And you can get super tunnel visioned, and we did see this here as well. The Sven initiated in and saw the Zeus, kept beelining him, and unfortunately wasn't able to kill him. But the two of them, they all kind of tried ignoring the fight to get to him, and then that's when you kind of fall like dominoes. So if you're an Extremum fan right now, I think you're going to be really, really concerned because their ability to take a fight is just dwindling. Their lineup is one that's meant to start strong early and push through into that mid game with deciding the fights. And because this Spectre is so fun, because the entire lineup at Live to Win is becoming so tanky, Extremum are kind of feeling like they lack damage. This Sven, he hasn't really scaled an itemization for the last 5 minutes. He's got his BKB and Ags, but other than that, he's kind of clawing at these small items, like hoping something can come out of nowhere. He needs a shovel or something. He needs some bounty runes. Armin.
Hitting the 30-minute mark in 15 seconds. We're gonna have some more bounties spawn around, but Extremum are very afraid now to try and contest anything because they always need to have man advantage for every engagement they take. But this one might pay off. Couple up, and they find 2 quick kills. They're still gonna miss the bounties. Malik, no, okay, Malik might have just found himself 1 at least, but I'm thinking about bounties where they're killing people. Bounties seem like the more important objective here, but then we'll get the CK. And it's a double kill for Nefrit. 3 quick pickoffs. A bit of dodge for Extremum. That was a good use of the gobble up as well to get the secondary hero stunned as well on the back.
I guess that's how Extremum can come back into the game if Live to Win continues running around as 3 and just kind of barreling into like the entire 5 of Extremum. So they get kind of like a breath of fresh air, but realistically, if Spectre in the next fight, then how well would it go? Luckily for Extremum, they are able to take this squad of tier 2. Sven is enough to get that +1 item.
But they are haunting for it. They're really relying that this is gonna go off, and Sven doesn't have a TP for 15 seconds. If they know about this, they're just gonna chase this Sven to death. He gets ulted up into the air. Nimbus is gonna be there to wait for him, and Immersion picks up the kill. A buyback from the Lina, a haunt as the tower falls. Extremum, they were not expecting that to happen at all. They risked it, but it was not a high risk for the Sven.
They didn't get the biscuit. So Live to Win, they're so confident right now. Like, you can just see in the way in which they're kind of running around. Like, sure, Darius 3, but the fact that they look at Sven, and if you click at him, he's got Echo Saber as his next item, and it's like, alright, cool, he's not doing any damage, lads. He's not got like that Daedalus, he's not got like maybe even the Silver Edge to try and find the Spectre. Like, he's not got anything to his name realistically. So all Live to Win are probably waiting for is going to be that Scardion Spectre, the next Aegis, and then they're going to be contesting high ground. EXTREMUM, if they continue finding moments that Live to Win are separated, maybe they can kind of keep themselves in the game, but I find that difficult to see because this is now like the best timing that you have on the field due to the fact that you have the Spectre pretty much 6-slotted in the idea of mid-game itemization.
Yeah, pretty much. That Scotty's gonna be ready right now. Coming off the courier. 3.4k HP Spectre.
Big man Seneko taking the little outpost, lad. Good stuff. This is just setting themselves up for that Roshan I spoke about. Like, you take the outpost, you walk up, as you can see from this one here, you can allow yourself to be in that position of contesting and simply securing that Roshan.
Yeah.
Dire are aware of it though.
Dire are aware of it, yeah.
There's actually a really nice Dire ward here in that river by any of these sentries, so potentially you might be able to see EXTREMUM with a...
Smokes on
This
both
is like
sides.
the Hail Mary smoke.
Oh, Immersion could be playing the MVP bait here and just pop them all. Actually, CK, this is Zeus ulti, and is forced to use a panic ulti, but CK walks out of it. It's not gonna work this time. Velior being punished in the back line. Where is Sven? Sven is getting destroyed in the river. Malik goes for the Roar Spectre here. He pops his BKB and he's like, I'm gonna die if I hit him any time longer here. And he just gets blown up. And there's another one from EXTREMUM going down on a buyback from Granny. Everything comes apart. CK realizes he's popped the smoke because his smoke pop. He goes for the aggressive. I'm just gonna scout for info. GE comes in with the panic ulti and disruptor. He walks out of the disruptor ulti, and EXTREMUM are so widespread. It's so easy for Live to Win to control the fight to the end, and they're gonna find more. Disruptor found on the background. The Glimmer doesn't matter. Just gonna get slapped to death.
I wouldn't be surprised if they actually called GG at this point.
That would make sense.
EXTREMUM, that was their Hail Mary smoke. They were trying to move in, take a fight. If they won that fight through some miracle positioning, they could have maybe gone to Roshan and got themselves back in the game. But unfortunately, the simplicity of Live to Win's team fight just came into such dominance. They just pressed 2 ultimate buttons. EXTREMUM just kind of panic, run around in circles. Sven's kind of like spiraling out of control in terms of his own kind of inability to do damage. I realize spiraling out of control means he's doing damage, but realistically, he's spiraling into just dismay because he's doing nothing. Because unfortunately, this is not that great of a Sven game once Live to Win kind of get their items. And you got to give EXTREMUM some props there. You know, they haven't GG'd out. I feel like some teams, like if this was, you know, like a 2018 VP, if they were playing to EXTREMUM draft, they'd have probably GG'd out at this point because I don't think there is a path to victory. But they're using this time. They're gonna maybe have a little chit chat and maybe again. Oh God, they're going for one more smoke. All right, EXTREMUM, give us all you got.
Yeah, this is the good old last huzzah.
No,
and Seneco's in front of it. It's Seneko that they find. Velior getting initiated on by the CK, so that's a 1-for-1. BKB popped by Nefrit. He's got strength up. They're trying to hack through ILTW. They might be able to do it. 3-man stun from Immersion coming through as well. And EXTREMUM on out. GG comes in. They gave it the Hail Mary, but they don't come out in the strong end. Live to Win, take game 1.
Yeah, I think Live to Win, they actually look like a pretty scary team. I think FN played a really solid game. He was like level 12, level 13 at minute 14. He was so damn strong.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team, Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Speak for the trees.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Storm spirit.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
No.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Ban. 'Dire team, pick. Radiant team, pick.
Sky Wrath Mage.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team, pick. Ready.
Spirit.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team ban. Radiant team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero, my good friend.
I love this looking good.
Throwing everything you have, or you're risking it on something, but this is a very stable draft. Like, the Storm Spirit second pick might have led Liv to win Astray, but we're still talking about a very experienced team, very strong players like a Suneko and ILTW. Extremum doesn't have that type of player in their team that really matches up to their skill. Maybe G, maybe even Nefrit at some level, but it's just like the experience shines in these. So I think with a very stable draft, with a bit of tricks in your sleeve with the drafting, maybe you can have the advantage over your opponent, even when the skill set is not the same.
I will say though, for Extreme, they will need a little bit of time to come online. I have flashbacks to when Brame tried playing. No, it was, I think Tempo tried playing the Troll Warlord 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, that was
for, like,
Thug Troll, yeah.
Thug, yeah, and he was like, he had Battle Fury, and then he goes for like the BKB. Then, you know, like, it took so much time for him to feel strong. And I feel like this could maybe be the same situation where this Troll, he is going to be on this trajectory to eventually being like a raid boss. But the question is, what is his itemization to get to that point? You would argue that Battle Fury is the play because, you know, it accelerates his timing. But that window in which he only has Battle Fury will be the window that Storm has Orchid. So Storm's going to want to look for fights, whilst Troll can't fight. And we're going to have this moment where Live to win. They're happily going to want to group up as 5 and just go for kill after kill. Because think about the items that Live to win want to buy to start a fight. It'll be a Blink on Slardar, 2,000 gold. It'll be a Yules on Void Spirit, around 2,000 gold. Ember Spirit, it could easily be like Phase Drum, you know? And then he might go Deso after that, if he wants to go for that type of Ember build. That's such a cheap activated timing. When Extremum, the items they're talking about, it's, you know, 4 and a bit K gold for an Orchid, 4 and a bit K gold for a Battle Fury to then farm more. So Extremum, they might be in a difficult position where they lack a lot of early damage, because even though their draft looks good, damage comes from the Troll later on in the game. Without Troll, you don't really actually have any damage, right? So there is going to be a big discrepancy in if Live to Win can truly utilize their numbers advantage and the fact that their early items they want to buy are a lot cheaper and they bring a much bigger power spike, because that honestly could be Live to Win's, you know, enabling factor with this kind of quirky draft. Because you look at these heroes and you don't often, you're not probably not going to see this combination of heroes that often, right? It's very very confident in themselves being able to play this type of lineup.
Still a tiny bit of a pause, but I don't know if we actually had a reason.
There wasn't a reason. I think it was just like, you know what, let's just have a breather. It was pretty intense.
Normally.
The real question is, can the stream still hear me while T-Panda has crashed? I don't know. What's he even looking at? I can't tell. I was going to say you can't, thank God.
This is it. The battle begins.
to burn up there! Going to burn up there! Nice shot!
Reap your harvest and protect your soul.
Now you're fish food.
Oh god, I'm in the lobby all by myself, I just realised. Hello people of the lobby. Shall I do you a service and just keep casting by myself? My codecaster internet so. Oh look at that. Immersion getting tickled. Oh the tombstone is on fire immersion.
Radiant's bottom tower is being supported.
Alright, there's a big team fight, guys. I'm an analyst, I'm not meant to be the caster, but Liptwin are doing pretty well. God help me. This is terrible. RTO, though, you can stunned up, chained up, silenced up, to the Orchid Soul, but Troll Warlock Rage Boss has arrived. The Ravage clips the sky. Oh, NFN.
Such a vivid imagination.